Right, so today we're working on the water lilies and we're going to start with the leaves. So for the leaves, we're going to use sap green, cadmium yellow light, and yellow ochre or yellow oxide. So I'm going to take sap green. So the yellow oxide or the yellow ochre is to make our sap green more earthy. And change the color a bit because the water lilies are on green. So to change the color a bit, we're adding some yellow ochre and eventually we'll be adding yellow. So let's start with, I have a round brush. Let's start with the one in the back here and see. Just two little ones. And then I'm gonna come here. We'll start with the leaves. And then we'll move on to the water lilies. The ones in the back are more like a thin, I should say, thick line. In the front, we're going to make them more like an oval. And we should be putting one or two of these, give them the shape that the water lily has usually. It's open on one side. It has like a pointy edge. You'll see it more here. Let's do it here on this one here. Let's take like that, like this. We'll make a V, and then we will fill this. There. While we're doing, pardon?
Oh, I just realized what you were doing there when you said the V. Okay.
Yeah.
Small screen.
While we're doing this, I'm going to take a bit of more of the, tiny bit more of the yellow ochre with a bit of same green that we're using, and then just put kind of a tiny bit of yellow ochre here and there on them. We're just filling the leaves with color. All right, more, a couple more, and then we'll wait for it to dry, and then we will add some highlights as well. Let's put one here in the corner. One or two. Okay, we're good. I'm going to pause for a minute. All right, so now we're going to start highlighting using a bit of green. I'm going to take a bit of sap green, more of the yellow ochre, and cadmium yellow light. And let's give these pads a really nice kind of some yellow ochre in it, and some green and light green. You know what? Let's close this one. Here, that's better. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, because this is just a little bit of a something here instead of having just green. So it's just a suggestion.
Are you doing the whole leaf or just the top or something?
Yep, top of the leaf, yeah, top.
The top.
Yeah. You mean the whole, all
Whole
of the
leaf or just?
It's the top of the leaf, but each one of them. Is that what you mean?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay.
Top of the
Each
leaf.
one of them is getting a little highlight.
Mm-hmm.
But you're leaving the bottom of the leaf darker.
The bottom of the leaf is dark anyway because of the dark underneath.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
we're not picking the whole thing.
if I do this one here, I'm doing the whole leaf. So the dark that you see, is the dark of the water underneath. That's the dark. And if it's if we can as well, we should and we will add a bit of dark green underneath the leaves to show that they're floating. Once the pink comes in, we're going to hardly see this because the pink is going to take over.
acrylic darkens as it dries, that's for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
And sometimes it sort of almost disappears.
That's because
Highlight.
that's because the binding agent of the acrylic that they use for the pigment is initially milky. It has a milky kind of milk, kind of whitish, and when it dries clear. So that's why the pigment looks darker when it's dry. Right. So now I'm taking sap green, and I'm putting, this is alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, and ultramarine violet, these three here. So I'm taking some sap green and alizarin crimson, a little bit of alizarin, a little bit, because it's really strong. That makes my sap green almost black or dark. And I'm just going over underneath some of those leaves and giving them a bit of shadows and actually fixing the shape as well. So shadow of the leaf on the water surface. And it's the ones that are facing me. So if there is a leaf that is on the opposite side, right there, right here, that's no shadow there. Shadows are only for the lines that are facing me, that I can see in front, the front ones, the front one, front, nothing in the back, front only. Because if you do the one in the back, then the leaf is going to come forward, and it will look like you have a whole line all around it, dark lines all around all the leaves. It's not that. It's only the ones facing just here. This is where we're going to see the shadows.
Again, sap green, ultramarine violet, and crimson.
No, so sap green and alizarin crimson only for that dark, for the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, just sap green and alizarin crimson. Okay, for the flowers, we're going to use, this is alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, and ultramarine violet, and this is white. So I'm going to take alizarin crimson first, put a little bit of ultramarine violet in it, and will give me that beautiful, you'll see in a minute, a purple kind of pink. A little bit of white, not too much. Don't go, because it's first layer, so we don't want to put too much. See, because alizarin crimson is dark, kind of a dark color, and it will dry darker also. So we're going to put this kind of first layer, just like that. And we're going to go over this as well. And now let's take a little bit of same color. Just go over the whole thing like this. And then I'll start highlighting with different pinks. Okay. Let's take now, I'm going to take cadmium red light and alizarin crimson and no pink, no ultramarine violet, just these two colors. So alizarin crimson, when you put white with alizarin crimson, it's a nice color, but it dries dull. It's a dull pink. So to make it look more vibrant, I put cadmium red light in it. And so now I have alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, and white. And I'm going to start giving those flowers here. I'll go with the ones, actually, I need more cadmium red light.
Lost the shape of my flower.
Yeah, me too, but we'll put them back when we start highlighting. It's like a star.
Yeah.
So I'm just highlighting the petal that is catching light, and I'm keeping the one inside underneath darker. Now I'll take a bit of more of the cadmium red light, put it in the same mixture here, and then I'm gonna put this will dry darker. All of this will dry darker, and once it dries darker, then we can highlight more, adjust the highlights more. So the part where it's facing me, the petals that are facing facing this way are going to be a little bit darker. And now I'm going to take white, put it in, more white, in my mixture of pink.
Seems to me you had petals within the petals.
Petals within the petals.
I've lost my lines a lot.
They're kind of overlapping, but in opposite. So if the point part that is pointy is facing this way, it's not. It could be at the same level where the ones that in the back, like it's hard to explain. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
I can see that the ones at the back are lighter.
Lighter, yes, and the ones in
have some on flat.
Yes, some of them are flat down there here. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is lifting a bit, so I'll let it sit a bit and then I'll come back to it because it's lifting. I'll do the one in the back. because the ones in the back are easier to do. Just the one that's facing, the back of the leaf is facing us is darker. The others, the rest is all lighter. We just need to separate them a bit. Let's take some of the ultramarine violet, a little bit of alizarin crimson, and we'll kind of do this kind of separation here. Separate the petals a bit. And let's do the same here. Okay, alizarin crimson, ultramarine violet. It's a struggle just to make sure that the color doesn't dry too harsh. I think that's good. Let's take a bit of yellow and alizarin crimson. White. Let's put a center. Okay, good. Let's do another one. Alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, and white. Let's do this one in the back. That one here. And I'm going to add more white. So I did a medium tone first, and then I'm going to add more white now to the pink. And let's put the other side. Okay. Okay. Need to give this one here, the one closest to us, just a bit of more movement. adjust these. Those ones here, they need to be adjusted. That one here. All right, now let's take some pink. So just a mixture of both reds with white. And let's put a couple of little kind of dots of pink here and there in the water that infuses the cool colors with some energy and movement. A little bit of darker red. So I'm just using Alizarin crimson with a little bit of ultramarine violet, and I'm making my paint kind of watery. I mean, more like a glaze. It's easier to show reflection when it's kind of the paint is not too thick. It should dry darker. the reflection, because it's only a glaze. Okay, so I'm going to take the same pinks I'm using, and I'm going to go over up here, up where the green is, and I'm just going to put the same idea, a little bit of pink dots here and there in between. So we can connect the foreground with the foreground with the background. And also there's a lot of green in here, so a bit of red and kind of pink in here will make it look much nicer. Okay, done. All right, this project is done. We added a couple of little water lilies. Pink made a big difference, and it looks cute, and we're good.